What's up, folks, and welcome into a brand new episode of Paranormal Update from Hometown Ghost Stories. I'm Jesse Wilkins, and today we're bringing you a few ghost stories from all around the world in our year-end wrap-up of 2024, the December edition of Hometown Ghost Stories Paranormal Update. What's going on, folks, and welcome into Hometown Ghost Stories Paranormal Update. I am Jesse Wilkins. I'm joined, as always, by Rob Coakley. Hello, Rob.
I am excited to wrap the year up with some ghost and non-ghostly stories. I have one that particularly terrified me, and I will never sleep again.
Well, that's good. And we're also joined by famous non-sleeper Dave Wilkins.
Yes, here I am, not sleeping.
He's awake. He's awake and ready to rock and roll. So this will probably be our last podcast of the year.
Oh, I was hoping
Not
you were going to say ever.
Fear not, won't be our last podcast ever, but this will be it. This is the year-end wrap-up, and we're going to finish it off with the paranormal update. We're going to bring you some stories about ghosts. I have a ghost story for you guys. I don't know what your stories are, but I'm excited to hear what's going on in and around the world in the paranormal news. So let's kick it off with a story. Who wants to start this one off?
I'll start since I might have more than one to share, depending on how long we run on this. And the title of this one is Supremely Intelligent Creature Could Take Over.
It's about me.
If humans went extinct. So does anyone want to guess what the creature is before?
Dolphin.
Ooh, I'm going to guess it's probably got a beard. It's probably wearing a backwards hat right now. Probably lives in Massachusetts. Probably Strave. Strong, brave, and handsome.
Strave.
That's how we wrap it all up by just saying Strave.
You were so Strave in the forest at Hinsdale.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. So I'm guessing it's going to be about me.
It's an octopus, of course, the most terrifying creature in the planet. I'm going to read this story for you.
How many brains do octopus have? Because I know they have what, 4 hearts? They must have at least 4 brains.
That's how it works, right?
I think so.
So this is from unexplainedmysteries.com. Author is T.K. Randall. And it is said in this article, biologist Professor Tim Coulson has suggested that one species in particular has the potential to dominate the planet. What if there was a catastrophe that happened to wipe humans off the face of the earth, but left the rest of the natural world intact to thrive in our absence?
What would that be? What would wipe us out, but nothing else?
A deadly virus?
Octopuses.
Okay.
Octopuses? Yes.
They're limited to the sea, as far as I know.
Well,
I got to say, out of all of the creatures, humans definitely have the capacity to wipe each other out.
Yeah,
true, but I hadn't. To be fair, I hadn't considered virus. That what makes the most sense. But virus, anything else, we wipe out everything.
Weapons.
Well, that takes everything with us.
I think octopuses survive that.
Probably.
Yeah, they're in the ocean.
Do you think the octopuses will nuke us?
Unlikely.
Well, you haven't heard the article yet.
Fair.
Would another species develop into a sentient, intelligent civilization and take our place? According to Professor Tim Coulson, a biologist and zoologist at the University of Oxford, the most likely candidate to take our place is an animal you probably wouldn't have expected. The octopus.
They're not certainly creating a civilization. Could you imagine? Just octopuses setting up like hotels and stuff. That'll never fucking happen. No, come on. Like the octopuses are smart creatures. They are. I was recently watching the series on Netflix. I think Barack Obama narrated it, and they went to this whole special about this octopus, and like he's creating this hiding space, but it's not good enough. He tries like a glass bottle or a plastic bottle, but he realizes that the creatures can see through it. So you see him like burying himself, and then like he finally catches something and he spits out the bones, But then he realizes that other fish are going to see those bones and they're going to be distracted by it, or they're going to be deterred by it. So like, oh, well, I'm not going over there. So he learned to like pick up his garbage and move it somewhere else. And then he moves his garbage away from his hiding spot and then goes back to his hiding spot and lures in more fish. I was like, that is way smarter than I thought an octopus would be. So I guess
Barack Obama narrated it.
He did. Yeah. I guess the next step would be like setting up your own Airbnbs.
Yeah.
Because it's weird that you went right to hotel. Like, octopus civilization? What are they going to have, hotels? Like what? Why was that your first?
Could you imagine octopuses like door dashing and stuff?
That'd be funny.
They're like, oh, I'm sick of trying to trap my food. I'm just going to door dash.
It is certainly true that these tentacled cephalopods are highly intelligent. Quote, octopuses are among the most intelligent, adaptable, and resourceful creatures on Earth, Professor Colson told the European. They can solve complex problems, manipulate objects, and even camouflage themselves with stunning precision. In the right environment.
Wait, what is that news publication called?
The one that he gave the quote to?
Yeah.
He gave it. Now I've lost it because I had to scroll down.
Was it just the European?
Yeah, the European.
Are we sure it was a news publication? He wasn't just pulling some French dude aside and be like, listen, these octopuses, they're going to take over.
It's probably both, Jesse. This is what I do to Europeans.
This is what
I just pull them all. I'm like, do you know about the octopuses? They're coming.
The European. The octopuses, they are going to take over.
They could evolve into a civilization-building species following the extinction of humans. Octopuses have been observed engaging in a range of complex behaviors, including tool making, navigating mazes, solving problems, and even unscrewing the lids of jars to obtain food. But could an intelligent civilization of cephalopods really take over the planet? Quote, in a world where mammals dominate, octopuses remain an underappreciated contender.
So if humans are wiped out, jarred food is not something anything else is going to have to worry about ever again.
Unless the octopuses start putting their food in jars.
How are they going to make jars?
They want to eat the jarred food that humans left over.
Their advanced cognition, tool use, and ability to adapt to changing environments provides a blueprint for what might emerge as the planet's next intelligent species after humans.
I mean, you got to go like apes next, right? Like monkeys, and that's got to be the next to do it. But because they haven't already, I don't think any species is doing it. Like, what's stopping octopuses from creating a civilization now? Like, humans aren't really outside of like littering in the ocean. Humans aren't really interfering with octopuses right now. So why aren't they building hotels?
You don't know what the fuck they're doing. We haven't explored 80% of the ocean. There might be hotels.
I watched Barack Obama's documentary on Netflix. There are no octopus hotels.
You don't know. We haven't gone to the depths of the ocean. We can't.
Ask Obama.
He's
going to say no. He's going to say it hasn't happened.
You don't know. That's what I'm going to say. And I also think that they're talking about sort of evolutionary terms as well, where the octopus might evolve into something smarter and moves much like evolution from apes, as you sort of alluded to there. So they're terrifying creatures. I hope they stay in the ocean. I hope I never have to stay at an octopus hotel.
Fair. It brings me great joy imagining you having to stay at an octopus hotel against your will.
I wouldn't ever. I just wouldn't.
Great horror movie idea. Rob gets trapped at an octopus hostel.
I want nothing
1,000%.
sea creatures.
1,000%. You give me the scuba gear, I am staying at the octopus hotel, and I'm going to argue with the desk clerk. Just because I want to know what it's like.
Desk clerk just doing 8 things at once.
So he's giving out so many room keys at the same time. God, he's good at this.
They would be the most efficient hotels.
Oh, dude, imagine the octopus maids, how fast they'd clean up a room.
So fast.
Just vacuuming, double-handed vacuums while folding towels.
Yep.
And using your glass to scoop the toilet water out, or whatever they do with whatever they do with those glasses.
Do not drink out of the hotel glasses.
I don't think you have to worry about that underwater.
Maybe. That's true. That's true.
So that was my first one, and if we have time, I will do another one as well. But I thought I thought I would talk about something that scares the shit out of me. So that's what I did.
Well,
that's pretty good.
I liked that way more than I should have. All right, moving on. Next up, we have a Gettysburg story. So this one is coming from Gettysburg. Man spots mysterious figure in window of Gettysburg Inn. This is Adams County, Pennsylvania. It's not every day that something goes bump in the night, but when it does, you hope you can get a video of it. Well, one man did exactly that. Jim Barnhill was outside the Farnsworth Inn in Gettysburg when he spotted something out of the ordinary. A dark figure moving rapidly back and forth in the inn's attic.
I believe
Barnhill says
the Farnsworth Inn when we covered Gettysburg.
Hell yeah. Well, now we have an update on the haunting.
Love it.
So Barnhill says, strangely enough, that the inn has become a hotspot tourist attraction for paranormal activity, as many believe the site is haunted. Staff told Barnhill that apparently no tours were scheduled in the attic during the time of the video, and that very few people have access to the attic, as it's locked, quote, 24/7. Barnhill says that he and his wife have been doing amateur ghost hunting for over 30 years, and that this is, quote, the creepiest thing we've ever seen. What do you think? Let us know on Facebook.
So that's how they said, or that's what you're saying? Okay.
No, that's what they said. I mean, you can also let us know what you think on Facebook. So I will show the video. I actually haven't even seen this video yet, so I'm excited to watch it with you guys. We'll watch it in real time. We'll let you know if it's good or if it sucks. If you're an audio listener and you want to see this video, just swing on over to YouTube and we will show you exactly what's going on here. So I'm going to take a wild guess that there will be an ad that plays before this. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize and then we'll play.
Start from the
You guys can hear that now, right?
Yeah.
This is the beginning.
Oh my God. Dude, there's people moving up in the house. Oh, no, no way. Oh my God.
This does have double rainbow vibes.
It is so double rainbow. Oh man. I don't know. It's so tough because your debunking mind comes into play first with all of this.
Yeah, it's clearly octopuses evolving. Like that's obviously what we're seeing.
It does look like a tentacle waving, just building its hotel. I'll show Jesse Wilkins.
So my first reaction is with how fast it's moving and it's kind of flitting by the window and just moving so quickly. My first reaction is it might be like a bat or like a bird trapped inside that's causing that shadow.
Look too big to be either of those, though.
I was thinking,
but
cat.
A cat just absolutely going out of its mind.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't
really do that.
It felt like it was a little too fast to be a human being, so it definitely just wasn't a person up in the attic. But I guess if you slow it down frame by frame, it does. A few of those frames do look like a silhouette of a person. So I don't know. I don't really know what we're looking at there. It definitely isn't something normal that should be happening in that attic. But I would. My first instinct, like I said, is bat or a bird or something like that could be flying by, like a light or something in there. But definitely not something normal. Definitely something that would catch your eye. And it is a notoriously haunted building at notoriously haunted Gettysburg. So that's definitely something interesting. I have no answers for it.
Yeah, the voice was such the double rainbow voice.
Oh, yeah, I had to run it back and play that for you guys. Oh my God! Wow! Yeah, love it.
It's almost a double phantom.
Genuine shock though from that guy, and this is someone who's been doing paranormal investigations apparently for 30 plus years with his wife, and so they've obviously never seen anything like this. So it could be something. Could be something. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
But that's our story from Gettysburg.
I have one now here, and this is from last week, published December 15th, 2024. And the title is Dad Can't Make Sense of What He's Seeing on Son's Baby Monitor. Quote, goosebumps. A parent was left with goosebumps when they looked at their baby monitor, which some Reddit users are saying shows a ghost speaking with their young child. Christopher Marcus from Illinois took to the social media site to share what he saw on the baby cam, explaining that he woke up to the sound of his son babbling before he looked at the monitor. Quote, "I woke up to my son babbling and seen this on his camera," he said in the post, which has
hopefully
gone viral.
Hopefully he was using the Hometown Ghost Stories discount promo.
Hopefully.
It's expired.
You have 16 minutes to use that this year.
He said in the post, which has gone viral with over 57,000 upvotes and thousands of comments, "I took the picture and went in the room expecting someone. It was gone. Only time I've ever actually been scared in my home. This happened a little while back, and I still get goosebumps thinking about it." Marcus told Newsweek, "I did not really initially have a reaction. I thought what I was seeing from the monitor looked strange, so I snapped a quick picture. I was fully expecting there to be some sort of an explanation when I went in. His room was directly next to mine. When I went in, I saw there was nothing there. That's when a big sense of panic set in." Let me share this picture because it's terrifying.
Oh, dear Lord.
This is
it took me a minute to see
harrowing.
it. I was like, what is this?
So you get the baby, for audio listeners, standing in the corner of the crib. He's got his hands on the rail, and he is face to face with what looks like an actual demon standing in the corner of the crib on the other side. Also has its hands, looks like, on the rail, and they're basically nose to nose. And the baby's babbling to this thing to the point where the father is like, "There's something in there," and ran into the room totally expecting to find something, and there's just nothing there. This
is the best ghost photo I've ever seen. Are you able to zoom in? Wow. All right. So for audio listeners, we are looking at a baby standing up in his crib on the monitor footage, and there is a ghostly apparition standing face to face with this. It does look like his hand might be on the shoulder or on the railing of the baby crib. And oh my Lord.
It's kind of like a grainy picture. So you look for like patterns that are similar to what we're looking at that repeat, and there's nothing. It's the only thing that there's basically no explanation. Like, I'm not seeing like other faces in the picture in the image. It's just this figure standing right next to the crib.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
So it's face to face. You could see the eye, you could see the mouth, you could see the nose, and you can even see its like hair. It looks like it's kind of got its hair pulled back. It looks like an older lady. This is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. So for audio listeners, make sure you come over to YouTube and check out the footage of this, because this is absolutely terrifying stuff.
Yeah. I was trying to see if it was like some sort of reflection of the baby. And
that's usually right. Usually when you see a lot of these pictures, you're like, okay, that's double exposure. That's clearly just a person caught in like a different frame. Where you see a lot of these pictures have something very similar to the figure that's in frame. And they say, "Oh, my friend passed away 6 years ago, and this must be him visiting." It's like, no, that's clearly just the dude in the picture, but 2 steps prior, right?
Yeah.
This is not that, because you have a whole different angle. For one, it's face to face, so it's a mirrored image. For 2, it's a completely different figure. For 3, you have a different perspective on this thing, where it's with the baby, you couldn't really see the baby's eyes, but you could see this thing's eyes. So it's not a double exposure thing. This is something very strange, and this is obviously very concerning.
Yeah. So the photo shows Marcus's baby standing up in his crib, holding onto the edge. In front of him, there's a shadow that he could not explain. The post sparked a huge amount of responses, with some people sharing similar experiences. According to Statista, 36% of Americans believe in ghosts, while 43% say they do not, and 20% say they don't know if they do or not. Quote, "Well, this is unsettling."
It's also said that 43% will come up to you and be like, "I don't believe in ghosts, but..."
Yeah, that's most of that. Quote, "Well, this is unsettling," said one user. Quote, "Something similar happened to us a few months ago, though we didn't see a figure in the monitor. Our son was babbling at first, then suddenly started laughing uncontrollably, totally fixated on something above his crib." Another user commented, "Definitely not the post I wanted to see right before bed with my baby monitor on next to me in a house we just bought after the previous owner died inside." And another user said, "Isn't that something on the floor a few feet in front of the crib frame?" Should we pull the picture back up? What are they talking about?
I didn't see anything on the floor.
I can just verify. I would say no. I mean, like there was something in like the arm socket that looked like it could have been something on the ground, but it doesn't explain the face right in front of the baby.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it and I don't see what they're talking about. So it goes on with a couple other quotes about people having similar experiences, but let's see. It honestly looks like just a reflection of the baby in the camera lens. I don't think that makes sense.
No shot. Like I said earlier, it's like a whole different perspective. And it also has features that the baby doesn't have. It's also way bigger than the baby. It's just that doesn't add up. Usually I'll go that route. Usually I'll be a skeptic about photos like this. This one, nothing adds up.
So the running theory of skeptics say that this is a case of pareidolia, which we talked about in a recent episode, which is the psychological phenomenon in which people see faces in inanimate objects, according to Psychology Today. And that's kind of what I was looking for when I was looking for other patterns in the image where you could say, oh, that looks like a face, that looks like a face, that looks like a face, but this is the only one.
You couple it. So if it were just the figure standing over the crib while the baby was sleeping, that arguably makes it a little bit more scary. But at the same time, you could be like, that's something on the floor. That could be something. You're just seeing something. But you're also doubling this with the fact that the baby is talking to this thing and just have, like nose to nose with this thing and just having a conversation. This also could not be an evil haunting. You see something like this and it's terrifying, but it could just be the ghost of a grandmother or the ghost of a former tenant of the house that just wants to
talk
to the baby, like tickle the baby, whatever it wants to do, So it could not be an evil haunting, but it's just a terrifying thing to see.
And you just gotta throw the baby away at this point. I think just gotta start over. Throw the baby away. Move. You can always make a new baby. Just get rid of that one.
Yeah. Just start off by throwing it right away.
Yeah.
Check it into an Octopus Hotel.
Yeah.
Like this is it. It's your problem now.
That's Dave's words for throw your baby into the ocean and hope it ends up in I was sending it to the Octopus Hotel.
I'm gonna check him into the Octopus Hotel.
That's gonna be the new phrase. No more swimming with the fishes when we talk about Al Capone. I'm checking him into the Octopus Hotel. Gabagoo.
It's Ghost Nostra.
That was a very terrifying one. I have one that is good news for all of our friends that like to do paranormal investigations, if we want to get into that one.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
So this one is also from TK Randall, and it's titled "Visiting a Haunted House Could Be Good for Your Health," new study claims.
Oh, good.
So this is what we can tell your wives when we're going to a new investigation. Like, this is actually...
We're just the 3 healthiest guys of all time.
Yeah, just loading up coolers full of Knob Creek. We're going to be fine. It's healthy. It's a health trip.
The subtitle is "Being Scared Out of Your Wits Might Actually Yield Unexpected Health Benefits." Fear is one of the most primal of emotions. It protects us from harm by stopping us from doing things or entering situations that might be dangerous. Some people, however, like to actively seek out and experience fear wherever possible. Now, according to a new study by scientists in Denmark, fear can actually have a surprisingly beneficial impact on your mental well-being, providing that there is no genuine danger. For the study...
I could see that, where like it pumps up your adrenaline, gets you going, probably gets your metabolism going,
Yeah. For the study, researchers monitored inflammation levels in the blood of volunteers before and after they visited a haunted house. One of those theme park experiences filled with monsters, zombies, ghosts, and other nasties that jump out of the walls to frighten visitors. Surprisingly, the results showed that inflammation levels had dropped after visiting the attraction.
Who calls those nasties? Oh, there's a bunch of nasties in there.
Denmark,
look at all the nasties.
Oh, gosh, don't go in that house. It's full of nasties. That's my Denmark accent.
I was going to say our Denmark accent is super...
Needs some work.
Like many activities such as bungee jumping or parachuting, getting a good scare can result in a boost of adrenaline and a surge of endorphins that scientists now believe may be beneficial to one's health. Something similar also happens when you take a cold shower or take a plunge into cold water. The findings may be revealing a potential structural connection in the relationship between mental states and inflammation, the researchers wrote. While anxiety appears linked to low-grade chronic inflammation, Fear may be associated with the peak of subsequent resolution of inflammation. Future research should explore the systems, the adrenergic energy systems role, and confirm the persistence of these effects.
You almost had it. You needed 2 more dicks.
Future research should explore the adrenergic system's role and confirm the persistence.
So much better the second time.
I don't know what that word is.
You could just skip that line and move on.
I can't just say the system's role because it's for the adrenergic system. You know?
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah,
shut up.
Can you spell the word?
ADRENERGIC.
Adrenergic.
All right. That's what I said.
Yeah, it refers to adrenaline.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Adrenergic. We did it. We got through
it. You said adrener dick. You got stuck.
I was in a time loop. Don't worry about it. Well, that is how you can let people know that you're going to your haunted houses for health benefits.
Yeah,
that's good. You just tell the loved ones, say, "Hey, my endorphins are low. I gotta go look at some nasties."
Only if you're from Denmark would you say it like that.
That's how they sound.
Yes. I do have one last story if you guys want it.
Yes.
And this one is pretty cool. Sleuths seek hidden labyrinth beneath mysterious Guy's Cliff House.
Mysterious Guy? Or Guys like G-U-I-S-E?
Guy like the name, I believe.
Okay.
It's G-U-Y, but his name was Guy Cliff.
Oh, okay.
Or Guy was his name. You'll hear in the story.
Okay.
Nestled within the
options.
Nestled.
Is it his cliff house? Does he have a house on a cliff?
He does.
Guy Cliff is a guy on a cliff.
Oh my god, it's perfect.
Wait, his name is Guy Cliff, right?
I gotta know if he changed his name before.
And he lives on a cliff.
If that was his destiny, so he chose to buy the house on. Let's hear the story.
Who's that Cliff guy? Guy Cliff.
That's his house.
This is the house that we're going to be talking about.
Quaint little house.
Yeah,
cozy.
Very quaint. Very humble.
So nestled within the picturesque countryside of Warwickshire, England, the eerie ruins of Guy's Cliff House, which date back 250 years, remain at the center of an ongoing historical mystery. Once owned by the Freemasons, the house and grounds are said to be the final resting place of Guy of Warwick, a prominent historical figure about whom many details have been lost to time. But it is the house itself that remains the most fascinating thing about Guy's Cliff, mainly due to tales of a secret labyrinth passageways sneaking beneath its walls and the abundance of mysterious wall spaces, hidden corridors, and other enigmatic areas found in and around it. Even today...
Is his name Guy Cliff House?
I think the area might be called Guy's Cliff, and it was named that after the Guy of Warwick.
Oh god, that's so confusing.
Not Warwick, Rhode Island.
No.
Warwickshire.
Yeah.
I think every town in New England is named after a town in England.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Warwick, Rhode Island, get your shit together. Why you just called yourself Warwick? It should be Warwickshire.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also, Warwick sucks.
Yep.
Not the rock group. Don't make a diss track on us. We don't want to have to come back.
Are they still doing that?
I love Warwick. What do they call it? Warrock. It's the best rap.
Warrock. Yeah, it's a play on Iraq.
Do you think that the guy that just hides in things is hiding in this house as well, ready to jump out from that rap group? Nobody knows.
I still can't wrap my head around. It's a guy named Guy from Guy Cliff who lives in Guy Cliff House. He has a house that's on a cliff.
Yeah,
he's a guy. Yeah.
He's also a guy. He's some guy.
They're really dedicated to the brand in this town.
Even today, evidence of an entire other level of the house, now buried beneath mounds of earth, can still be seen in the form of an archway that protrudes from one of its escarpments. Several unexplained voids have also been picked up using modern scanning equipment. What these hidden rooms and corridors were used for continues to remain a mystery. Quote, I can only speculate as to where the tunnels lead to, custodian Adrian King told Metro. If there was a series of castles or strongholds, perhaps they were interconnected.
Now, this guy's last name is King and he's in the castle.
Yeah,
oh, God.
Cleaning it.
Everything's confusing.
Role reversals have been tremendous for his family. It could have been that they were useful as a way out, perhaps in case a siege had occurred around the town, and that could have been Cliffe's route to and from the town in that respect. In recent years, researchers have been attempting to unravel more of the house's secrets. We all know it's a very old place, said King. From what we're researching and using modern devices and techniques, such as aerial archaeology and LiDAR imaging, we are thinking the site might be bigger than first thought.
Okay. Let's debunk this, because more interesting than the story is, can you play that video and can you tell me if it's on Cliffe? Okay, I don't see a cliff.
That might be an English cliff, though, like 20 feet.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
that might be the extent of the cliffs in England.
English cliffs smaller.
It's 20 feet. You know, like I don't know. England's
the guy's name
looks.
It does look thrilled. Oh, welcome. For audio listeners, it looks like that's what the building is saying. I'm not just a psychopath. Okay, so there's no Cliff. So his name was just Guy Cliffe, and that's unbelievably confusing.
Yep.
But we've gotten to the bottom of it.
This definitely looks like a level from a first-person shooter.
But but hang on.
Call of Duty Zombies map.
The nomenclature makes no sense here. If his name was Guy Cliffe and they call it Guy's Cliff House, that would be like them saying like, oh, let's go to Jesse's Wilkins house. That doesn't, I mean, maybe it makes sense.
I think his name was Guy of Warwickshire, and they named the area Guy's Cliff after him, and now it's Guy's Cliff's house.
It would still be Guy's Cliff house.
Yeah, but where's the
Cliff's
cliff?
House. This sucks.
I mean, Cliff is.
It's a great castle.
It's spelled like a name. It's not even spelled like the actual word cliff. Like for the rock formation, it's spelled like the name.
That is true.
You know what? Look at that. Look at the outside of the house, the facade. It looks like a cliff. It's a cliff house.
Oh, the house is shaped like a cliff, but it's not spelled like a cliff.
No, there's not another wrinkle in the story. We need to move on and actually talk about it. Is this place haunted? What are we talking about? Just
what are we
serious
talking
building
about?
with some passageways. I missed the whole story because I'm trying to figure this shit out.
Basically, they have found this house, and using all this new updated.
Wait, they found the house.
Well, they found secret areas in the house that.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, how do you miss this fucking thing? It's a castle. Oh, look what I found! It's a miracle.
I discovered it.
Like, you didn't fucking dig it up. You can see it from 7 miles away.
So they found
passageways. Yeah,
they found that there's secret passageways, levels that they haven't been able to explore, like areas underground that people used to be able to access. So there's so much here. It's not just a room; it's levels of the house and stuff that they have never been able to explore. They don't know what's in them. So it seemed like a pretty cool little
Why
story.
aren't they exploring? Is it like unsafe?
I'm assuming they're looking for ways to. They haven't been able to. Probably. I mean, you saw the structure. It's probably.
Yeah, it's probably crumbling. It's probably unsafe.
Yeah.
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list.
Well, that's definitely on the list.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Guy's Cliff House and Guy's Cliff.
Warwickshire.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, that wasn't confusing at all to wrap things up. We probably should have just moved right on from the name and just heard the story. But, it is what it is.
Can't wait to see the Patreon names that come in after this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Between the Octopus Hotels, the Guy's Cliffshire House, and Clifton.
And everything in between.
Absolutely. So, anyways, that'll pretty much do it for this month's paranormal update, the year 2024 in review. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back.
That's not what that was.
Yeah, we didn't review anything.
Actually, I think the last paranormal update was more a year in review where we covered all the different haunted locations all around the world.
Oh, true.
But anyways, that'll pretty much do it. Have yourself a very safe New Year's Eve. Don't do anything stupid. Make sure you drive safely. Call an Uber. That's worth it. Uber, pay us for that. That's a little ad. Babel.
Yep.
What's up?
Babel, where's our money?
Let's go. Just show up and shake things down. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.